Just realized I was not ready for this. Guy, so today's shout will be Charles Wise. He make funny content. Doesn't he upload less consistently than me, which is very impressive. I think I don't know about his short game, but his long form video less consistent than me. But when he uploads, it's good. It's very good. And then secondly would be Pointless Hub. I don't know his schedule, so I can't say we upload inconsistently. There's a difference between uploading inconsistently and uploading without new schedule. Take for instance, you might think if someone upload once a month, that's inconsistently, but no, they just upload once a month. But if they don't have an actual schedule down or doesn't seem to have a schedule down, that's completely different. But both of them made extremely good content. I highly recommend you go watch their newest video. But as always, if I happen to mispronounce your name, I am sorry, and I'll be the first ass in the description below. Now, let's get on today's video. Since I still don't have an intro, because this is the same day recording, I'm recording it back to back. Let's cut straight to the chase. Today's video is an I and I video. I would like for y'all to get normalized to me saying I and I, because the playlist is called Inventions and Ideas, I think. But I don't really want to say that every single time. So, I might make a video just solely talking about the abbreviation I come up with. But, we'll find out later. My teacher was just telling me about leave. But anyways, the president's still here, so I'm good. The point is, I don't want to constantly say I and I, but today is an interesting video because, first of all, this marks the first time in a long time. Well, of course, I recorded a video beforehand about this, another I and I, but this marks the first time in a long time, or a decent bit of time, when I made another one of these, and it also showcased another time where I made something somewhat educational, also somewhat engineering related, which seemed to be an ever more increasingly rare thing where I make something educational, actually educational. Because technically these aren't educational, they're just good. But why y'all discuss that in the comment section below? Do y'all find these videos educational or not? But today, I want to talk about, I think, was one of, if not the second idea in this book. Definitely was not one of those. One of, if not the first, anime related ideas. Not one that used an anime name or, literally had nothing to do with anime at all, but just had the name because I wanted to make a reference to something. Like Unlimited Works or UW. God, I need to make a video about the acronyms for these, and then also need to make a video about how obsessed I am with acronyms, I guess. But anyways, but it is definitely one of the first ideas. It also making me realize now that my handwriting has improved ever so slightly. But that is fun when it comes to looking at your work. But if you can't tell from today's video thumbnail, this video is Chidori. Project Chidori is inspired by Chidori from Naruto. To give you some background, because I like to do background for more of these anime-related ideas and just the ideas in general. To give you some background, Chidori is a move developed by Kakashi after a failed experiment to implement lightning chakra into a Rasengan. Because of this, it instead broke the ball or the spirit of the Rasengan, instead making the Chidori a wild charge of electricity. The story had many iterations, but to describe it, basically, the story accelerates you to the point where you get tunnel vision. This vision should not have that problem. But because of this, is one of the reasons why he has to use a Sharingan whenever he uses the Chidori, and also is the reason why he developed Purple Lightning. But he's not the only user of this. His version is actually called Kirin because he cut light. That's wrong. Is it called Kirin? I think it is. I could be wrong. Give me a second. I'm actually gonna look that up because I'm pretty sure it's called Kirin, but I'm not sure. Don't even need to look it up. I am gonna look up what his thing is called, but it's not called Kirin because Kirin is the lightning dragon that Sasuke used. I was on the right line. I was wrong. It was right Kirin, not just Kirin. Or Kirin is right Kirin. But whatever. you win some, you lose some. But his version is called by Kirin because he cut lightning. But there are 3 other users, at least prominent users, of the Chidori or Raikiri. Raikiri, keep in mind, is only called Raikiri with Kakashi because he cut the lightning. That's an important thing to know. It's not a different one. It's the same one. It's just called different because he cut lightning when he was a kid. But the other 2 users are Sasuke Uchiha, who learned this directly from Kakashi as a means to grow stronger. I think he learned this actually before Naruto uses learned the Rasengan. Granted, the Chidori is weaker than the Rasengan. I don't think that's up for debate. But anyways, you can debate that if you want, but I'm pretty sure the Rasengan is stronger. The Rasengan, he taught this directly under Kakashi, and the first time we actually see him use it is against his fight against Gaara, where he stabs Gaara, making him freak out and lose his shit. But, you know, he does use it a lot of times afterwards. Soon afterwards, I think that they have a clash. Well, not really a clash, or about a clash, but then Kakashi buried them. And Sasuke did less damage to a water tank than Naruto, making him get, oh man, have to leave the village to grow stronger because I'm weaker than Naruto, who's a nobody. Personal, let me just go on personal, man. I like Sasuke, don't get that wrong. But, I personally think that Neji is somehow a better friend to Naruto than Sasuke. Despite first meeting him, really killing him. At least up until after Shippuden. After Shippuden, Sasuke might have earned that mark. But up until Shippuden, Naruto's best friends were like Rock Lee, not my guy, Rock Lee, what's his name? Gaara, Shikamaru, that was the one I was trying to think of. Like, if it's me, those are his best friends. Neji. Not everyone else. Like Sasuke, he come down later. He's one of them homies that, like, you're chill with him at first. He does something stupid. And then after a little bit, y'all back. Y'all even stronger than before. But, you know, that's besides the point. The point is, he learned Chidori directly from Kakashi. So I think sometimes in the translation of it, so maybe that's why. But sometimes in Shippuden, he just called it Lightning Blade. I think it's typically whenever he's using it with a sword, but you know that's besides the point. The last person to use it was Sadara, his daughter. I don't know where she learned it from. I want to say she just copied it because it is a justu. But, you know, that's besides the point. She does use it, and I think the first time she uses it against a member of, I don't think they're called Code, but the same people like Ishiki and not Boroshiki, but like Ishiki, the people who work with him or under him, and more specifically, they work for Jigen. She used it against one of them, and I think she wins, or get close to it. But that's the first time she uses. I don't know if she used it ever, like, since then. I don't know if she even got in that fight since Blue Vortex. As far as I'm aware, no. But those are the 3 most prominent, keyword there, most prominent members to use Chidori / Raikiri. That's just a brief rundown on what it is. It was supposed to be a brief rundown, but I'm looking at the time now, and that is 10 minutes. I am so sorry. I thought it would be way faster. But also, I should probably mention the shows that is showcasing is shows / manga that is showcasing in Boruto, Boruto Blue Vortex, and then Naruto. And then if you're talking about anime, it's Naruto Shippuden and Boruto Next Generation. Just to get out of the way. But now, how will you go about making the Chidori into real life? Here are the many ways. So I have 4 versions here. Each one of them different. Keep in mind, I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Number 4 is called Purple Hollow. I don't know why I named it that. This is JJK based. I 100% know that. I want to say that. I am not sure. I am going to be completely honest. I have no clue why number 4 is called Hollow Purple. I think it was JJK based, but I don't even think JJK was out at the time I made this. And then I want to say that, I was doing research on the Chidori, and I'm pretty sure at the time I already knew of Purple Lightning, so I don't know why. I'm pretty sure directly supposed to be a reference to Purple Lightning, but I don't want to call it Purple Lightning, so I think that I call it different, but I don't know why I call it Purple Hollow. My best guess is that because, the story leave you hollow, so I was like, maybe it's like Purple Lightning, but I call it Hollow instead. And then, but the thing is, it's reversed like Hollow Purple. I don't know. It's not called Hollow Purple, but it's literally called Purple Hollow. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I just have no clue why I call it that. But let's get over it. Let's start with the basic version of this. The basic version is basically a rubber glove to make sure that the electricity doesn't affect you. Not the magnetism, more specifically the electricity of it. So it doesn't shock you, it doesn't electrocute you, it doesn't go through your body and, kill you. That's electrocution, but I mean literally burning you inside out. I was trying to make this video age restricted, but I'm not going to. No. So that's the main. Let's get into the main part. The main part is called T, so you can interchangeably remove it. So I think I'm gonna make screws holes for it that end with rubber. That allows you to detach and reattach, or maybe just make it like a gauntlet where you just literally stick your hand through it after putting the rubber glove on. But typically they're using solar power, aka solar panels, that connect to a power which and amplifiers to amplify the current that is being produced. With different parts mounted. For different parts that's mounted, it can be voice activated by either a button or a voice. You could also probably make it motion sick. That may have been it. You could probably also make it motion censored if you want to be insane and actually pull out the hand sign. If I ever made that and I make it motion sensors, also be able to use motion sensors, and you get hit, I sell it publicly, and you ever get hit with it, I don't care if I see you in heaven, you cannot say anything. If you stood there while they, if they said, Chidori, shout it out, and zoom, or press the line probably on the side, or like this, and then stab you, that's different. But the person have time to pull out hand signs, and then use this, and stab you, you suck at life. You quite literally are an idiot. I don't care if you've never seen Naruto. I don't care if you've never seen an anime in your life. Or any culture. Well, any Asian culture. If you see someone pulling out hand signs, why would you not be suspicious of them? If you get hit with it while having motion activated, you suck. You need to go get, I was gonna say a life, but you get hit with it, you're most likely gonna die. But that is besides the point. Let's get back on to the topic of the video. One thing I'm realizing is that it could also probably use a Tesla coil, which will actually directly generate electricity too. And then also have it go through amplifiers. So that's something else I might change. or have batteries already in there for a backup measure. That way, it doesn't need to be solar charged. Which I was thinking about being able to use it back to back, like over and over again. But I don't think you'd be able to because of the heat that be generating. But that is just the basics of it. Let's move on to type 1. Type 1 is called a taser because it essentially works like a taser. This is a model where essentially it sends electricity through the gaps and fire it. So because like the gaps of your palm like this and fire it. It does not give a like disser or effect like Chidori, but this is probably the most practical version of Chidori because quite frankly, essentially it'd be padding, right? Because it's a glove. It would send electricity through the tips and like the actual pad of the glove, so that when you run out to someone, you just go like this, or maybe even have some right here at the base of it, so that when you hit someone, you actually tase them, which is probably the most practical version because essentially it's a taser gun or a taser. It's just like more, it'd be more bulky, which will also increase the offense, but it's essentially just a taser. So it's the most practical one because and probably the most safe, reliable one because you're essentially just running on the mark, bam. And even though it wouldn't be effective, you could probably just like, you have two of them on, you just go, bing, bing, boom. Like hit them with a Dempsey roll and constantly shock them. But this is just the most practical version. The first one that came to mind, I was like, okay, well, of course, like a taser. But the next one we move on is light. I have no clue why it's called light. I'm assuming it had to do something with the way it's made. So, how is it made? This version have gas packs, like literal like packs of gas, or canisters that can be stored different gas. The reason why I specifically named this is because different gas have different points where it become plasma, or well, I'm assuming gonna be plasma, and it can make different colors. So take for instance, I think oxygen typically burns orange when it comes plasma, maybe a little bit of a purple. I think I could be wrong. I think nitrogen is the one that actually glows purple. But the point is, that's the reason I specifically said it can store different types of gas. It would use energy from a solar panel, aka the battery, to heat up the gas into plasma. It then releases it into the electromagnetic field, which take the form of a blade. The downsides of this is limited ammo and the heat, the heat it makes, and the greater amount of energy needed, electricity or power needed. Let's go into a little detail. I was thinking the actual field itself is more curvature, and because of the fact that it's electricity, aka more plasma specifically, it will bend to the dome with a curve, which is one of the reasons I said thing would be plastic resistant. The heat is a major issue because you probably need a layer of ceramic to prevent it from getting messed up, at least with the gloves. You probably have it on the inside, outside of the plastic glove with ceramic surrounding it. With the gloves, like the plasma or the Chidori mounted on top of it, right? Allergies. Sorry. I'm sure I stop. So the goal was to make it so that it would be a dome shape like this, and the gas would be heated up probably in a pocket around here, and then have the batteries around here. The pocket would heat up, causing the gas to release, and then it would be released, voice activated, so like Chidori. At the same time, it would release a magnetic field around your arm to a decent enough distance where you would run at the opponent and stab them. Because it's plasma, it will pretty much cut through anything. You could probably cut through skill. It would take like time. It depends on what the material is, but it would take time depending on what it is. But essentially, you could cut through someone. Just point blank, you could probably cut through someone, but then you could also probably stab into them and burn their insides. As the plasma shoots all over the place. Not really. It would be disrupted, of course, because of the magnetic field being disrupted, at least for a little bit. So it might shoot out more than normal, but it will still be relatively contained in that one area. So it's probably the least wild one, where it's like the least shooting about. Now, the next one is called Thunder Net. Let's find out what Thunder Net is. This is similar to Taser, but with electricity is made into a ball. Oh, okay. The electricity is made into a ball that is electromagnetic, and the balls are shaped. I mean, is in shape of the ball. In the ball. I don't know why. According to this, I'm not good at spelling. Basically, kind of like my plan for one of the sing-ons, which is that one directly inspired by. It's essentially a ball. So you have a ball, mounted. Okay. You can't see it anyways, but you have a ball like mounted right here, and the goal is essentially with during electricity, the ball are magnetized, or become magnetized, and it holds electricity within the ball, kind of like a plasma ball, where because the electricity is being held in it, it doesn't actually have steam, but essentially you grab the ball, very fragile ball, right, and you run at the person and you hit them with it, because the bill of electricity will probably electrocute them, but shock, and then also the fact that it's glass or something breakable upon impact. It could also just be remotely activated, where you like shut door, and then at the read part, it will open up the ball, maybe something like that. But essentially, it will hit them with electricity being attracted to their body, causing them to be electrocuted or shocked, potentially get stabbed with the tiny shards of glass, allowing the electricity to flow deeper within them, more accessibly. But it could also potentially, not as much as the Rasengan, but potentially just directly go through your body. Like if it's concentrated enough, it might concentrate through it. This could also probably be missed. That might be what the last one is. I haven't read that one just yet. But that also might be what the last one is, where instead it's just plasma. But we'll find out. I do know that I'm pretty sure one of these are literally meant to get disrupted by stabbing into the person. Might have been light that is meant to like stab into you, get disrupted, causing the plasma to release. And because of the fact that it's released because of the disruption, it wouldn't go back into form because it'd be shooting out and be disrupted from the form. And since it's not constantly producing it, it's just keeping it hot. It would shoot out. Also, it would have that same effect because the heat will still be escaping. The heat isn't magnetic, so because the heat is escaping, it would maybe also still make like plasma around you. Maybe, I don't think so. It would just be hot air most likely, but it might give the Chidori effect. But let's move on to the very last type, at least for now. Purple Hollow. Once again, still have no clue what I named this after. Purple Hollow. This being is that all getting together by making it so that the electromagnetic field, essentially from what I'm getting at this is essentially all of them together. With the electromagnetic field going to the shape of a ball, one still, or it can be used and it still use solar energy to power it. The blade is made by the release of electromagnetic field, and the plasma of P2 ability. Make the blade while running do last. I don't know why I put slash. Do lastly when contact is made to the opponent is rift or lower the field. Shocking the opponent. Some of it faded. This may not be the neatest if the heat and the solar panel make it. Okay. This might not be the neatest or aka the best because of the heat and the solar panel to make much energy for the field. Pretty much being there's a lot of heat and there's a lot of energy being made just for the field alone, along with the plasma. This doesn't have a downside that I can't think about. Okay. Um, I understand exactly what I'm saying. So basically, it's a functionality of all of them. The solar panel is used to heat up plasma, but while in passive, it can also be used to just generate electricity instead, depending on probably a registering device within it to register if they have gas or not. So it will allow you to have that, and then because of the way it works, it will allows either that or just a mixture of both, right? And then have a weaker magnetic field so it can get disrupted while heating it. And it also allows for more electricity or energy to be used to power the plasma and heat it up even more, along with the use of electricity. This can even be used in a different way. Instead of having the blade like normal, which is just the way that they did it, instead of having the ball, right? You go back to the blade as described in T1, but no T2, but you can also just use the ball as described in T3. But the main difference is that it will also be able to use electricity instead, or plasma in particular. I don't know why I said electricity. Most likely, I will have to make something to release into the ball, like some type of grip to go into it. I'm not 100% sure how you would do it. Maybe by having tubing throughout your fingers to go into the core, or like tiny tubing, or you would need like a literal robotic arm. But the goal is essentially it will go through it and then it will go into the ball. And then, you hit the person, it will release. The main difference is that the release of the electromagnetic field. It will release it, causing it to let go of all the electricity that was used from that form, and along with the plasma, shooting it throughout your body and on your body, which depending on how it's being used, could either just leave you with a very nasty burn mark, or if it's in blade mode, it could potentially just kill you because it will fry your insides, like burn food in the microwave. Um, but that's just one of these. That's just the last one. Once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was longer than I expected. This is essentially just me going over ways that you can make Chidori. Once again, I'd like to give today's shout out to. I gotta put my phone in charge soon. Let me see if I can remember. I don't think it was back right. I think it might have been back right. Let me see. Point. I figured it out. Today's shoutouts are Pointless Hub and Charge the Wise. As always, if I happen to be mispronouncing your name, y'all be the first ads in the description below. I want to thank y'all for watching this video. Once again, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, depending on the day this will get released, of course, I would like to say this is Wednesday of this week before I record the weekly updates and whatnot, which will once again be on Thursday because people keep school really messing up my schedule. But once again, this is on Wednesday. I'd like to appreciate everyone who commented so far. I will try to comment as me give like a shout out to 2 or 3 of y'all, and also I'll probably when I do the like the tier list of intros, theme songs, I would hopefully be able to give each and every one of y'all a shout for that video. There'll be no YouTubers, just y'all. So thank y'all once again. Hope y'all enjoyed the video.